Arjun grew up in a small town where dreams were considered luxuries. His father was a factory worker, and his mother sold vegetables to keep the family alive. Yet, Arjun wasn't like the others. He refused to accept life as it was. At night, while others slept, he stayed awake sketching business ideas on torn pages of his school books. Impossible, his relatives said. No one from here becomes rich, let alone a billionaire. But Arjun wasn't chasing money. He was chasing freedom, freedom from poverty, from limitations, from being told what he could or couldn't do. He started small, selling old newspapers and plastic bottles for recycling. Every coin he saved was fuel for a bigger plan. When his friends bought snacks after school, Arjun invested in used books to learn about business, leadership, and technology. He believed knowledge was his first investment. One evening, sitting under a flickering streetlight, he whispered to himself, "One day, the world will know my name." The world laughed at his confidence, but Arjun had already taken the first step. He believed in himself when no one else did. After finishing school, Arjun couldn't afford college. While others pitied him, he saw opportunity. He borrowed $200 from a friend and started a small mobile phone repair stall. People mocked, saying, "How will this make you rich?" But Arjun treated every customer like royalty. Soon, his stall became the most trusted in town. He reinvested every dollar, expanding into buying and selling second-hand phones. What others saw as junk, he saw as hidden treasure. When smartphones became popular, Arjun risked everything. He imported a small batch and sold them online. The gamble worked. His online sales exploded, and within 2 years, he wasn't just repairing phones, he was running a growing e-commerce store. The boy who once sold scrap was now competing with local businesses. But success came with enemies. Bigger shops tried to push him out. Banks refused loans, and people whispered, "He'll fail soon." Arjun smiled. For him, every rejection was a lesson, every risk a chance. He was learning the billionaire's secret. Wealth follows courage. Arjun realized that staying small was the biggest risk of all. He wanted to scale, with no investors willing to back him. He coded his own website at night and handled logistics by day. His company expanded into electronics, fashion, and daily essentials. When competitors lowered prices to destroy him, he innovated, focusing on customer trust, faster delivery, and honest refunds. Slowly, word spread. If you buy from Arjun's site, you'll never be cheated. Orders began pouring in from other cities, then from other countries. Arjun's small dream transformed into a global startup. He hired young people who, like him, were once told they'd never succeed. By the age of 28, his company was valued in millions. But Arjun wasn't satisfied. He knew billionaires weren't made by just earning, they were made by building empires that change lives. Just when everything seemed perfect, disaster struck. A shipping partner betrayed him, leaving him with millions in losses. His team panicked. Investors pulled out. Newspapers declared, "Arjun's empire has collapsed." For weeks, he sat in silence, staring at the debts piling up. Everyone expected him to quit. But instead, Arjun returned stronger. He built his own logistics network, refusing to depend on others again. He automated systems, cut unnecessary costs, and expanded into digital payments. His enemies thought the collapse had destroyed him. In reality, it forged him into steel. He realized billionaires aren't defined by how much they earn, but by how many times they rise after falling. Years later, Arjun stood at a global summit, his company now worth over $10 billion. The same boy once mocked for dreaming too big was being introduced as the billionaire who changed e-commerce forever. He looked at the crowd and said, "Becoming a billionaire isn't about money, it's about mindset. Believe when no one believes. Take risks others fear. Fail, but rise again. Build not just for yourself, but for others. That's how you create an empire." The audience erupted in applause. Arjun smiled not because of the title billionaire, but because he had proven that a poor boy with a dream can conquer the world.